What's happening out there, all you cloud chuckers? We're back at it today with another one for you. We're looking at the Paradigm Vengence, also known as the Magma version 2. Gotta say, this thing is kinda crazy. I got it outfitted right now with the gold top piece here, but it does come with two others in the case here as well. One copper and the standard stainless steel. So, what do we got? What do we got? I'll just give you a quick close-up shot of it. So this is, like I said, the Paradigm Vengence. They're calling it the Magma V2 on Fast Tech, but they're kind of stupid because it's not. It's the Paradigm Vengence. It's even got the V. Pretty interesting unit, I gotta say. So what the hell is it all about? Well, let's start taking it apart and I'll show you. Drip tip's interesting. It's a three-piece design. It pulls out as a normal 510, which you can replace as a regular 510. But it's got this big crazy heat sink, which is kind of weird, right? But that sits in direct contact with the top, even though it's got this, I don't know what the whole deal is. This top is actually metal, and it's got a plastic coating on the outside to protect those hot lips. But I'm not really sure of the whole deal. I guess it doesn't really transfer heat very well, though. I've been using it, and the amount that I actually use it before I stop, I take maybe 5, 6, 7 puffs, and I put it down for a bit, and I come back to it. That's the way I vape. But you might want to swap it out for the wide bore drip tip, which is also included. It does replace the entire top cap, and the whole thing is made of Delrin, or I'm not sure what the exact plastic is, but it's plastic. So let's open it up and see what we got. Okay, what I'll do, usually I just show it all laid out, but I'll actually take this one apart on camera to show you how it all comes apart, and then we'll bring the camera down and do a close-up of all the parts. So the top cap just threads right off. It's a big bell cap. See, I got a dual coil setup built in there right now. I didn't go for the full-on quad. And I found this was actually pretty damn good, to be honest. It is set up for dual or single. I think you can even do or dual or quad, but it's kind of made for quad. So this top section comes off as well, which is the juice well. And then you have your airflow adjustment ring, which is nice because when you put this on, it kind of cinches it down. You can still move it if you crack it or whatever, but it's nice that it's not always moving around on you. When you pull the top cap off, right? Because it's still held down. So this comes off, and that's basically it. That's all the parts that come off of it. It's got 4 vertical air channels that bring air directly to the bottom of your coil, and it's got a pretty deep juice well. So I'm going to take out this existing build that's in there, and we'll show you what it looks like all cleaned up. Okay, I brought the camera down and give you a nice close-up shot. Sorry about the shadows and stuff here, guys. I will be working on some better lights here soon. If the channel takes off, right now I pay for all this stuff myself. So it's nice. It's actually really thick metal. I gotta say, it's a nice slug of aluminum. Also want to mention this is the B version from fasttech.com, and I gotta say it's in pretty good shape. I'm not unhappy with it at all. The only thing I might have wished for is in the spare parts bag. They didn't give you really much at all. Just the freaking blue screwdriver, which is a flathead one, which is nice because you might need that. And one O-ring. Like, what is that, right? No screws, no nothing. Would have been nice to get a spare because they are unique. So don't lose them. So I got all the drip tips laid out. You do get the wide bore, which just threads right on to the top cap here. Sorry, I'm trying. I hate it when it's not focusing properly. And I did this the first time I put it on. I kind of mucked it up and cross-threaded, so it's good to just make sure that those threads are lining up right, because, there you go, see, click. And that will eliminate any heat transfer. Vape for days, nice wide bore drip tip, and it's not like a chuff. It's wide bore, but not as wide as a chuff. Here's a chuff here. Comparison to show you. Alright. Mouse off my freak show. So, I actually do like the exhaust pipe kind of looking thing they got going on with the other version, and I find you get quite Like, the flavors are great if you condense them a bit more, right? So let's get an up-close personal look at this guy. So this is the build deck, one big solid piece. Sorry it was a little dirty, I just washed it, but I did have a build on here. So there are a few burrs I've noticed around. You can see my cotton's kind of caught on it there. I'm going to go around and clean that up with a Dremel, but that is the only bitch right there. A few burrs on the build deck. But other than that, it's a fairly quality build, I gotta say. When it's all put together, it looks mint. Airflow is actually spot on. You get quite a bit of airflow. So let's do a build on it. What are we going to do today? Well, if you're not interested in doing the build, don't worry. You can bug out now. Feel free. Hit the thumbs up button for me. Really appreciate it. So this drops on. I'm just going to put it together and show those people what it looks like all together real quick, and then we will start a build. I'm going to be doing it with some triple twisted flat wire. This is from QUAD. I've spoke about this a couple times here. Crazy wire. So I'm going to try and do some small coils with it, and we'll see how that goes. Not too sure how this is going to work. It's pretty hard to do with that wire. It takes a lot of freaking patience. I need one of those Kuro coilers to get more torque on the wire. Wrapping it by hand is a nightmare. So, the threads are nice. No problems with any of the threads. I did pick the stainless steel. There is a black version as well. And then this is, you can replace the 510 with whatever one you want. If you don't like this guy. But to me, that looks pretty nice. And it's solid. It's a slug of metal. The bottom is, you see that outline there. That's not painted. That's actually engraved. So it's actually kind of sharp to your fingers, almost like you feel it. So that's not going to come off. It's not painted. It actually is engraved into the metal. So overall, pretty good deal. I don't think you can go wrong with this guy. Easy enough to pop that off again. I'm going to put it up on the build, or onto my jig, and start a building. Okay, so you can see there, I just kind of popped 2 coils in. I'm not sure if I'm going to go with that triple twisted flat wire here. It's just too hard to get it wrapped small. And these, I don't know, I'm just not into fighting with it right now. Maybe another time. So I got 2 more coils in this pack that are going to match up with these 2, so I'm just going to use these pre-built ones I got. So pretty easy to do. I like the way they set this up. I went around and just dremeled the posts and got those sharp edges off real quick. And the way they've set it up, they're kind of turned into each other, so the wires just poke in really easily. So it's kind of good to, once you figure out the length you need, you just leave like this much, you know, just a little bit of wire past the loops, and you just put them in and tighten it down. It's really straightforward. So guys, I'm going to do a separate build video on this guy later on. So if you're interested, keep an eye out for that. Okay, and there it is. I just quickly built it up, and I gotta say, this is one of the easiest quad coils to build I've ever worked on. Wow, they've really done a good job with this. So there you have it, guys. I really hope you liked the video. I'm not going to show everything else. If you were really interested in learning how to build this thing, you can check out the next video. I'll do a full-on build video with this guy with some twisted wire. Still got the time. I got so many reviews to be doing, guys. I got the little boy coming up from MCV. Oh man, I got lots. I got the Goblin by QUAD. A couple different boxes coming up. Oh, it's never ending, guys. I thank you a lot for watching, and we hope to see you again soon.